The film adaptation of Wicked is finally here. After years of waiting, we finally get to witness the long-awaited prequel story in cinemas. But what took so long, and how does it compare to the musical we all know and love? What little Easter eggs or nods to The Wizard of Oz can we find? Whether you're a diehard fan of Wicked or a new viewer, we have something for everyone in this 107 Facts About Wicked. Let's go back to why we're all here to begin with. In 2003, Gregory Maguire's novel Wicked: The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, a revisionist retelling of the characters and world from L. Frank Baum's 1900s novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, was adapted into the Broadway musical Wicked. Number 2. Rumors of a film adaptation for Wicked date back to 2011, and even a possible non-musical TV adaptation in 2009. But in December 2012, after the success of the film Les Miserables, producer Mark Platt, who was also involved in the stage version of Wicked, announced that a film adaptation was moving forward, aiming for a release in 2016. Number 3. By 2016, Universal announced that the film was officially slated for a December 20th, 2019 theatrical release, with Stephen Daldry attached as director. However, this didn't stop the production from facing delays. Number 4. On August 31st, 2018, Universal Pictures put the production of the Wicked film on hold due to scheduling conflicts and reassigned its original release date for the film adaptation of Cats. To believe we could have gotten this as early as 2019, but you know what? I think we won. Number 5. On February 8th, 2019, Universal announced a new release date of December 22nd, 2021 for the Wicked film, signaling to fans that there might have been actual progress on the long-awaited film adaptation. Number 6. However, on April 1st, 2020, April Fools, Universal delayed the film once again, with obvious reasons being the COVID-19 pandemic. The December 2021 release date was then given to Sing 2. Number 7. On October 20th, 2020, it was reported that Stephen Daldry, who I had just mentioned was the director attached to the film, had departed the project due to scheduling conflicts, leaving the film without a director. Number 8. Nearly 4 months later, on February 2nd, 2021, John M. Chu, known for directing Crazy Rich Asians and In the Heights, was announced as the director of the Wicked film. Number 9. First of all, let's get this out of the way. Wicked is actually a two-parter. On April 26, 2022, director John M. Chu announced that the Wicked adaptation would be split into 2 films, Wicked and Wicked Part 2, to preserve the integrity of the story and avoid cutting significant songs or characters. Chu explained that trying to condense the story into a single film would require compromises that felt detrimental to the beloved source material. He also expressed that the 2-film format would allow the creative team to bring more depth and surprises to the characters and journeys. And you know what? I think they delivered, because honestly, I feel like any shorter and that film might have been too rushed. So I'm happy that they managed to split the film in 2, because I think it does need it, especially transitioning from musical theater to a cinematic production. Number 10. In terms of casting, our lovely green witch, Elphaba, is played by Cynthia Erivo. Erivo is a Tony, Grammy, and Emmy Award-winning actress, known for her performance in The Color Purple on Broadway. She also received an Academy Award nomination for her portrayal of Harriet Tubman in the film Harriet, and has appeared in Widows and Bad Times at the El Royale. Number 11. For the film, Erivo requested that Elphaba's iconic costume as the Wicked Witch of the West reflect a blend of a Jean-Paul Gaultier collection with a New World kind of Gilded Age feeling. Number 12. Elphaba's costume also has a reference to the ruby slippers. Erivo said, quote unquote, "I asked Tazewell for little rubies in my ring." Number 13. In addition to contributing ideas for Elphaba's costume, Erivo played a role in shaping her character's hair and nails. She envisioned Elphaba with micro braids and a full set of nails, which she described as a nod to her own culture and the fantastical world of Oz. Number 14. Erivo imagined that Elphaba's nails, like her green skin, were part of her magical essence, explaining that, quote, "they just grew out of her and she hadn't yet discovered why," unquote, adding a unique layer of depth to her character. Number 15. Ariana Grande Butera, widely known for her successful music career and as a Grammy-winning pop icon, takes on the role of Galinda, the bubbly and popular young woman who becomes Glinda the Good. Grande gained early fame on Nickelodeon's Victorious and Sam and Cat before transitioning into a chart-topping music career with hits like Thank You Next and Positions. Number 16. Ariana Grande Butera actually has prior ties to Wicked, having performed The Wizard and I during the NBC special celebrating the musical's 15th anniversary. At that very moment, I swear she definitely manifested a role. Number 17. However, it wasn't a shoo-in for Ariana Grande. It was reported that Grande had auditioned 5 times for the role of Glinda, competing against notable contenders such as Dove Cameron, Taylor Louderman, Renee Rapp, and Amanda Seyfried. Number 18. Ariana Grande chose to be credited as Ariana Grande Butera since it was the name she had when she first watched Wicked. Number 19. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande insisted on performing their songs live during filming, despite the challenges posed by the complex sequences. According to director John M. Chu, the duo dismissed the idea of relying on pre-recorded tracks, even when he expressed concerns about maintaining their vocals amid wind and physical movement. Of course, their confident response was simply, "That's what we do." Number 20. Playing the love interest Fiyero is Jonathan Bailey. Bailey is best known for his role as Anthony Bridgerton in Netflix's hit series Bridgerton and has a strong background in theater, having won an Olivier Award for his role in Company on the West End. Number 21. Jonathan Bailey was cast as Fiyero after surpassing other candidates, including Ryan McCartan, who was a former Broadway Fiyero, as well as Nick Jonas and Joe Jonas. Number 22. In an interview with Popcorn Podcast, Jonathan Bailey revealed that the horse he rode in Wicked is the same exact horse, named Jack, that he rode while playing Anthony Bridgerton in Netflix's Bridgerton. Bailey felt a strong connection to Jack during the series and specifically requested to work with the horse again for his role in Wicked. Number 23. Michelle Yeoh takes on the role of Madame Morrible. I know this is 107 Facts, but can I say Yeoh was fantastic in this role? As expected from someone who recently won an Academy Award for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeoh and director John M. Chu also have history as both worked on Crazy Rich Asians together. Number 24. Madame Morrible's hair looks particularly windy in this adaptation of her character, and that's thanks to makeup designer Frances Hannon, who shaped her hair to resemble clouds, a nod to her ability to control weather. Number 25. Jeff Goldblum portrays the Wizard. Known for his unique charm and humor, Goldblum is of course recognized for roles in Jurassic Park, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Thor Ragnarok. Number 26. Ethan Slater plays Bach. Slater earned a Tony nomination for his lead role in SpongeBob SquarePants the Broadway musical, which I loved by the way. Watching that live was a treat. Number 27. Small hints to Bach's future identity can be seen in the film. For example, when Bach first meets Glinda, he does a little lean before straightening himself, a nod to his eventual future self. Spoiler alert, I'll wait. Is the Tin Man. Number 28. According to director John M. Chu, the Munchkins in this film differ a lot from the 1939 film in appearance. They are said to have been modeled after the appearance of Ethan Slater, who is himself in the role of a Munchkin. Number 29. Marissa Bode portrays Nessa Rose. Bode is a newcomer to major film roles, with Wicked being her first major film debut. Number 30. If you recognize the voice behind the Goat Professor Dr. Dillamond, then you might be a fan of Game of Thrones, or Elf, cause that is in fact Peter Dinklage. Number 31. Bowen Yang portrays Fanny, one of Galinda's college friends, with a comedic touch. Yang is a cast member on Saturday Night Live. Number 32. Traditionally portrayed by a woman on stage, the character of Fanny was reimagined as a male role in the film to accommodate Bowen Yang's casting. Number 33. Bronwyn James plays Shen Shen, another of Galinda's friends. Number 34. West End stars Carrie Ellis, Luke Bayer, Georgina Honora, and Diane Pilkington make cameo appearances, so I won't say when, so let me know if you spot them in the film. Number 35. Enough about the casting, because finally, after years and years and years of delays, Wicked was finally released in theaters on November 22nd, 2024. Number 36. The film has a runtime of 2 hours and 40 minutes, compared to the stage production, which typically clocks in at 2 hours and 45 minutes long. With the intermission, this just shows just how much additional content they were able to pack into this one part, and we'll talk about that in our next section. Number 37. Let's take a look at the film itself, and we'll talk about some of the little things we see in the film. Now, before the film even really begins, the Universal Pictures logo can be seen, except this time, it uses a black and white version similar to the 1939 Wizard of Oz film. Number 38. Not only that, but the title card for Wicked in the film is a nod to the typeface/font used for the 1939 Wizard of Oz film. Number 39. During the first musical number, No One Mourns the Wicked, we get a close-up of Elphaba's witch hat. In a puddle's reflection, the upside-down hat resembles a tornado, which references the tornado that brings Dorothy's house to Oz. Number 40. When the camera shows a close-up of the hat, it's actually a nod to the original Wicked stage production, where a giant hat was used during the ensemble's entrance in No One Mourns the Wicked. Number 41. Wicked is filled with nods to Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the song popularized by the 1939 Wizard of Oz film. One of the most vibrant homages, and I mean vibrant, are the fields of rainbow-colored tulips surrounding Munchkinland. Number 42. Production designer Nathan Crowley revealed to Elle Decor that 9 million tulips were planted for the film. Director John M. Chu said, "I need color. I want a rainbow." Crowley shared, "So I said, let's go find a tulip farmer." Yes, all those tulips were absolutely real. Number 43. Instead of relying heavily on green or blue screens, director John M. Chu opted to use practical sets enhanced with CGI to create the world of Oz. Chu wanted to make Oz feel like a tangible, immersive place rather than a purely computer-generated environment. And can I say, it worked magnificently. I'm also the type that appreciates practical sets and effects, so Number 44. Now getting back to the field of tulips, there's a moment where munchkins are running through the tulip field, and you can see one munchkin in particular ringing a bell. This is a nod to the song Ding Dong the Witch is Dead. Number 45. In the first few minutes of the film, there's a moment in the film when you can spot Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion walking down the yellow brick road. Number 46. Vicky Noon, a former stage Elphaba, can be spotted among the ensemble in the sequence. Number 47. When asked if Glinda and Elphaba were friends in the past, we're given a short flashback. In this brief flashback of Elphaba and Glinda's friendship, Glinda's hairstyle is just like Dorothy's hair in The Wizard of Oz. Number 48. When we make our way to Shiz University, one of the biggest changes you might notice from the stage production is that Elphaba didn't arrive at Shiz as a student, instead simply being there to watch over her sister as Nessa Rose starts school life at Shiz. Number 49. If you listen closely, there's a name drop of Mrs. Gulch, Dorothy's unfriendly Kansas neighbor who inspired the Wicked Witch of the West. It comes when Mrs. Caudle exclaims, "Not to fret, just a slight gulch." Number 50. You actually get to see Galinda's parents in the film, whereas they're usually just referenced in the stage productions. Number 51. Glinda's mother is played by Alex Fern. Alex Fern is another former stage Elphaba, part of the West End production for Wicked. Number 52. Nessa Rose receives silver crystal slippers from her father that have designs that nod to tornadoes, with swirls and spirals made to look like wind. Number 53. Nessa Rose's slippers are silver instead of ruby red ones. Costume designer Paul Tazewell explained that this decision was inspired by L. Frank Baum's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. "They're not ruby," Tazewell shared with People magazine. "In the book, they were these peculiar little silver boots." Number 54. Another reason that could add to the color change is that MGM holds the rights to several elements that were seen in the 1939 film, which made Dorothy's slippers red. So there were boundaries that director John M. Chu and the crew had to adhere to. Number 55. While the slippers were a no-go, the box that the slippers came in are ruby red, solidifying the nod to the pair Judy Garland wore in 1939. Number 56. In addition to the slippers, you might notice that Nessa Rose wears striped socks. For those who know, it's a nice nod to future events. Number 57. During a magical outburst from Elphaba, she cracks a mural of the wizard and reveals a hidden mural with animal professors. This symbolizes the suppression of talking animals in Oz and hints at what's to come in the story. Number 58. While Elphaba's mishap gets attention, the response to her mishap differs between stage production and film. In the stage production, Madame Morrible takes notice of Elphaba's talent and writes to the wizard, while in the film she takes credit for what happened and instead takes Elphaba in as a student. Number 59. During The Wizard and I, Elphaba runs through a field of flying birds and encounters a rainbow, which is a visual nod to the lyrics of Judy Garland's Somewhere Over the Rainbow, where she sings the line, "Birds fly over the rainbow, why then oh why can't I?" I'm not gonna sing it because I'm going to ruin it for everyone. Sorry. Number 60. If you pay close attention, you can see that the Clock of the Time Dragon, a key stage design element, appears in a shot of Shiz University. Number 61. During What Is This Feeling, Elphaba and Galinda spar with training sticks in a sequence that foreshadows a certain scene that will appear in Act 2. Number 62. Arrivo revealed that Elphaba's nightgown includes a subtle tribute to Dorothy's dog Toto. "In my nightgown for What Is This Feeling, Paul Tazewell embroidered little dogs, little Totos," unquote. Number 63. During Elphaba's tutoring session with Madame Morrible, the camera captures the shadow of her hand casting a spell, a detail fans on X, formerly Twitter, noticed as a tribute to Margaret Hamilton's iconic photo as the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. Number 64. The musical number Something Bad is reimagined as a private meeting of animals at Dr. Dillamond's home, located off the Shiz University campus. In the film version, the animals sing about the state of Oz to each other rather than addressing Elphaba directly as in the stage production, highlighting their collective struggle. Number 65. Fiero's entrance is altered from the stage production as well. Instead of meeting Elphaba with a group of classmates while at Shiz, he instead meets her in the forest. Number 66. In addition to this entrance change, Elphaba insults Fiero by telling him to get stuffed. Those of you who know, well, this line makes perfect sense considering his future self. Number 67. The musical number Dancing Through Life sees a setting change, this time starting in the university's circular rotating library/bookplace instead of outside Shiz University. Number 68. As Fiero dances through spiral bookcases, corn carvings appear on the wooden panels, adding yet another hint at his future. Number 69. By the way, back to talking about practical sets, the library, or bookplace as Galinda calls it, is a practical set. The ladders were designed to move separately from the library wheels, allowing for ladders to create letters O and Z, as seen in the musical number. You can thank production designer Nathan Crowley for that. Number 70. To add to the immersion, the books at the library are real. They are Shiz course texts and spell books, and each of them are crafted by someone on the production team. Number 71. The librarian that Fiero flirts with is played by Sherida Stralin. Stralin is no nobody. She is a ballet legend and part of a renowned theatrical family. Number 72. Now going back to Fiero, there's a moment where Fiero holds on to two poles, arms stretched wide open. This is one last hint at his future self. Number 73. The sequence also features an extended dance break, while the Ozdust ballroom portion sees that its setting is transformed into a nightclub in the quote-unquote underbelly of Oz, with animals playing musical instruments as envisioned by director John M. Chu. Number 74. The Ozdust Duet, a new orchestral track featured in the Wicked soundtrack, blends themes from Dancing Through Life and For Good, representing the beginning and end of Elphaba and Glinda's friendship. Number 75. During Popular, Galinda picks up a pair of ruby slippers, clicks them 3 times, and then tosses them aside. A playful nod to the Wizard of Oz. Not quite the ruby slippers, but worth it for the nod. Number 76. Popular was extended for the film, incorporating additional key changes and vocal extensions to enhance the performance and expand its theatricality. Number 77. Galinda ends Popular by lifting a mirror, striking a pose that echoes the stage production's iconic imagery. Number 78. In a twist from the stage show, Elphaba frees Lion Cub by enchanting poppies to put the class to sleep, referencing the famous poppy field in The Wizard of Oz. Number 79. Fiero is unaffected by the poppies and helps Elphaba, paralleling how a certain character resists the poppies in The Wizard of Oz. Number 80. As Elphaba rides away with the cub in the basket on her bike, the scene mirrors Miss Gulch's iconic bike ride with Toto in The Wizard of Oz. Number 81. There's a moment in the film where Madame Morrible protects Elphaba from the rain, saying, "We mustn't let you get wet." This little line hints at the Wicked Witch's weakness in The Wizard of Oz. Number 82. The train that comes to pick Elphaba and bring her to Emerald City is actually a practical set. The full-scale Art Deco-inspired train, dubbed the Unlimited One, is said to be 106 feet long, 58 tons, and over 16 feet tall. Honestly, I kind of want to ride it. I'm a sucker for trains. I'm a big train fan, so this is cool. Number 83. For a brief moment, while Elphaba and Glinda say their goodbyes, you can hear the orchestration for No One Mourns the Wicked in the background. Number 84. One Short Day received some extensions here and there, with one of them being an all-new intro, courtesy of composer Stephen Schwartz. Number 85. Wicked alumni Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth join One Short Day as Wizomania superstars, helping tell the backstory of the wizard in an extended sequence. Number 86. In One Short Day, Idina Menzel references her epic ending notes from her version of Defying Gravity. Adele Dazeem. Number 87. Michael McCory Rose makes a cameo as the Wizomania narrator. Number 88. Michael McCory Rose is also dressed as L. Frank Baum, the creator of The Wizard of Oz. Number 89. Winnie Holtzman, the book writer and screenwriter, can be seen exclaiming the amazing abilities of the wizard being able to read the Grimoire. Number 90. Stephen Schwartz, the composer, cameos as an Oz soldier that allows Elphaba and Glinda entrance into the wizard's palace. Number 91. The wizard steps behind a curtain for shadow puppetry, referencing the famous line, "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain." This scene also nods to the stage show's climax, where a similar silhouette scene occurs. Number 92. Jeff Goldblum, who plays a wizard, is known for his magic tricks. He reportedly tried to include his signature string trick in the film, and while most of it was cut unfortunately, a single shot of Elphaba holding the string remains. Number 93. Remember when I mentioned boundaries in design earlier? Well, another element from the 1939 film that couldn't be similar was the shape of the road leading up to Oz. According to director John M. Chu, quote, "I don't think the phrase yellow brick road is copywritten, but definitely the shape of the road is. We couldn't do a spiral, we had to do a circle that continues to show it's not where the road ends." So technically a spiral, but you know. Number 94. Speaking of the Yellow Brick Road, when the wizard performs Sentimental Man, there's a point where he tries to figure out what color the brick road leading to Oz should be. While Elphaba switches between all of the different colors, it's Glinda who helps them both land on the color yellow, canonically making her and Elphaba the reason it's yellow in the first place. Number 95. Since we're still talking about the Yellow Brick Road, the Yellow Brick Road featured at the beginning of the film was actually a physically constructed yellow brick road paved with real mud. These physical sets, man. Number 96. When showing off his little recreation of Oz, the wizard tosses a small wooden shack into the air, which is a visual hint at a future event from The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's Flying House. Number 97. One of the major changes in the film from the musical is that the Defying Gravity sequence is extended in the film to serve as the finale for the first installment. Number 98. Glinda's melody, when singing Can't I Make You Understand, uses the same notes as Follow the Yellow Brick Road, tying their journey to Dorothy's. Number 99. During Defying Gravity, as Elphaba and Glinda journey upward, they pass wizard-related props like a potions card, and a poster for Oscar Diggs, which is the wizard's true name. Number 100. There's an extra vocal section added to the Defying Gravity sequence, with Elphaba belting out the words Unlimited. Number 101. The climactic Defying Gravity sequence features an iconic shot of Elphaba delivering her signature battle cry while high in the sky at sunset, with her cape billowing and growing larger in size. This moment pays homage to the stage musical's famous cherry picker effect, which was used to lift the actress playing Elphaba off the stage during the song's climax. Number 102. Just wanted to point out that Erivo delivers her own take on Elphaba's epic battle cry instead of trying to imitate Idina Menzel's, which we had the pleasure of hearing in one short day. Number 103. The film shows Elphaba soaring into the western sky, with the setting sun symbolizing her transformation into the Wicked Witch of the West. Number 104. While the stage play has Elphaba's father dying of shame in Act 2, the Wicked film shows that her dad collapses at the very end of Part 1. Number 105. The film ends with a to be continued title card in the same font used at the beginning of the film with the Wicked title card. However, this time, it's in color. Number 106. The soundtrack album for Wicked was released by Republic Records / Verve label group, the respective record labels of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. The soundtrack was released on November 22, 2024, providing fans with an opportunity to enjoy the music even after rewatching the film for the third time. Don't lie, how many times have you listened to Popular? Comment down below. Number 107. John Powell composed the incidental underscore for the first Wicked film, and will also compose the score for Wicked Part 2. And I cannot wait for that album to release. I love all the musical numbers, but I want to listen to the whole soundtrack because it is amazing. And with that, we have 107 facts about Wicked. I will say, the film is such a trip, and I personally loved it. But how about y'all? What did you think of the film? Comment down below and let us know. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching. Till next time.